Hello everyone, I hope you are well. This video is going to be a Friday reads, an unboxing, and then I'm going to share with you March's book club pick that I have chosen for us to read together for my book club. First up, I just want to do a little update. If you're wondering what this is, I brought my plants down into the living room, and this is the only place it will fit in this living room. But I think it looks quite nice. Tell me what you think, if you think it looks nice here in the videos. I am finishing a video every day in February, so we only have 2 more days to go, and I missed yesterday's one because I did film something yesterday, but I didn't feel it really came together and I didn't feel it was good enough to put on the channel. And I am proud of every video that I have made this month in February. Thank you to everyone that commented, everyone that watched. If you didn't manage to watch them all, that's fine. I know some people didn't have the time and they said they were going to catch up at a later date because some people didn't have the time to watch a 10-minute video every single day, which is perfectly fine. But I love all those videos. I think they're all great that I have put up. So I thought, let's end on a high. Let's just end on like Friday reads, and then my next video will be in March. So I have loved making a video every day though. I thought it'd be stressful or I'd be drained doing it, but I just loved it. I feel the more videos I make, the more inspired I am to make videos, and then having your interaction and your comments as well just really adds to it. It just, like, I'm on a roll and then you kind of like push me along on the roll. Anyway, I'm ending it early is what I was trying to say. I hope that's okay with everyone. It's ended 2 days early. Tell me what you have thought, and any videos that you want me to make in March, let me know. I am going to share with you the books that I'm going to be finishing this weekend. So I'm going to be finishing off Bridget Jones's Diary, which I picked for our book club. Really enjoying it. It's so similar to the film. It's almost scene by scene the same as the film. So I feel like I've already read the book, even though I haven't. But it's just so similar that I'm like, okay, I know what the next scene's going to be because I love the original Bridget Jones film so much. I know what's coming next within it, but I am really enjoying this. This was a really quick read for me, but I think it's because I'm such a huge fan of the film. I'm then finishing off Howard's End by Ian Forster. Loving this. I picked this for my book club, for my Patreon book club, and I filmed a reading vlog of my reading process of this that'll be up on the Patreon. Oh my god, so funny, so humorous. Absolutely loving it. So I'm going to finish this off today. But this, I love Forster. This is my 4th novel from him. And it's Forster, but I always say Forester. I don't know what is wrong with me. But this is my 4th from him. And it's just so much humour, so much wit, so much sarcasm. He's talking about a woman and they're all at this funeral and they're all really sombre about the news and everything. And then he's talking about her and she's like, you know, she's worried about the events, but a little bored. Because she really is a rubbishy little human. Like, when he hates a character, he really like puts it forward. He's like, they are the worst human imaginable. And I love that kind of pantomime-ness of his books. It's so funny. Really enjoyed that. So those 2 I'm going to finish off this weekend. I do have some stuff to do at my shop this weekend. I can't open my shop for another month because we are non-essential retail with being a vintage shop. So I am going to go there and sort out the windows because I don't want it to look abandoned. So I am sprucing up the windows and sorting stuff there. But I think I will have enough time to read these 2 books. I have an unboxing, which is a book that I mentioned in my Tay Talks, and I said I couldn't find this edition, and you all sent me loads of different websites to look at, and I found an edition of it, a second-hand edition, but I haven't opened it, and that's the second Anne of Green Gables book, and I hope this is what I've ordered. So I know the edition, I did speak about it in that Tay Talks, so I thought I would wait to open it with you so we can see. Oh my god. Okay, it is the edition, but it's wrapped in plastic. Can you see? And I'm filming on my phone. If you're wondering why my videos seem back to front, it's because I'm filming on my phone because I smashed the lens on my big camera. But okay, this is the book. Yeah. Maybe take the plastic of it. It's quite grubby. But this is the edition that I wanted, so I'm happy. I don't really mind. It is a second-hand edition as well. I might take the dust jacket off. Let's see, is it stamped? It's Having Library Service, discarded. Ooh, and it was in the teen section of the library. I'd say it's more a classic, should be in the classic section. It is missing pages. It's missing pages. I've just realised some pages have been ripped from the book but I'm guessing all the pages that need to be in there are in there. Free library, free bookmark that just says bookmark in huge letters. Thank you, got that. No, I am very happy with this. Here's all the other editions. It's back to front so you can't really see very well, but there's all the other ones. So this is Anne of Avonlea, book 2, and I'm excited to read it. I will just free her now from this plastic coating. I think it's just the plastic coating, yeah, that's grubby. The book itself isn't actually grubby. Does anyone plastic wrap their books? Because I saw someone on Booktube the other day who was like holding up their books and they plastic wrap them themselves. I never plastic wrap. I can't stand a dust jacket. There's a dust jacket on a book, I'm ripping it off. I can't stand the feel of when you're reading a book and a dust jacket's just slipping. And even these like plastic library covers, they're like slipping on you. Oh no, absolutely not. And they get caught, like you just saw, they get like, oh no, absolutely not. Does anyone plastic wrap their jackets? Or is anyone like me can't deal with a dust jacket when I'm reading the book? I cannot have a dust jacket on. This is stunning. The thistles on the back, absolutely beautiful. So glad I have this. Stunning. It's a bit grubby, but it's got teen written on the side, but I'll be able to take that label off and I'll just give it a little rub. It's got a rubbery cover, this one, a very kind of rubbery cover. But my other one had a rubbery cover as well, but then the more I read it, didn't feel as rubbery anymore. Maybe I just got used to it. I'm not a huge fan of rubbery covers because I feel they pick up the dirt a lot. So you can see like all along here, there is dirt, but there's probably the rubber on it. So I'm going to give it a wash, give it a little wash with maybe some nail polish to get the sticker off, and then it'll be good. Apart from there's at the front someone's ripped pages out, but there's nothing else in here that I can see. No one's drawn over it. It's perfectly fine. So I finally have this edition and I'm so happy. If you saw my Tay Talks then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you didn't then you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, but I really wanted that edition of that book, and normally I don't care about editions, but I just thought it was such a stunning looking book and it's so, I can't stop looking at it. It's so beautiful. So I have told you what I'm reading, done the unboxing. I am going to pick a book for my Patreon book club for March, but I will film that video and put it up on the Patreon. So for Tay Book Club for March, I have chosen a very life-changing book. I think it's going to be. I have high hopes to this. I think it's going to be really a book that's going to stick with me forever. And this is by an author called Eli Wiesel is how you say his name, and it's called Twilight. And this was originally published in the 80s in French. And the author of this book is a Holocaust survivor. And this book is fiction, but it's also about a Holocaust survivor. So Eli went to Auschwitz. He was sent to Auschwitz as a child, and he was actually told by one of the older people that were there, say you're 18. Because if they know you're a child, they're going to kill you. If you say you're 18, then they'll keep you on to work at camp. And so he said he was 18 and it worked, and he stayed there at the camp. His whole family were killed, and then he was freed from Auschwitz. And he has written a book about his experience there and loads of other books. He won the Nobel Peace Prize. You can look him up. There's loads of interviews about him talking about it, and he was very politically involved with different things that were going on now in our time, and he died in 2016. And what this is Penguin Essentials. So Penguin brought out a load of books a few years ago that they think in years to come will be known as classics. So you know, things we automatically are like, you know, Frankenstein or Madame Bovary, or that's a classic everyone should read, everyone knows. They think this book is going to go on to be a classic like that. So it's called Twilight, and it is about a professor of literature and a Holocaust survivor named Raphael wants to find a man called Pedro, and that's because he was orphaned in post-war Poland, and a guy called Pedro helped him, but we don't know how. And all he knows is Pedro vanished inside the prisons of Stalin's Russia. So we got this man called Raphael, professor of literature, Holocaust survivor, and then he gets a mysterious phone call from someone who says that he needs to go to a clinic called Mountain Clinic. And it is an asylum for people whose delusions come from the Bible. So there's someone there who calls themselves God, and so he goes there and he's searching for Pedro. And it says, searching for Pedro among them, Raphael seeks the meaning of his own survival because he survived the Holocaust. And I think this is going to be a really moving, amazing book. So I hope you're going to read along with me. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to go and buy this and if you're going to read it. I thought I would announce it before March so you have time to go out and buy it, but I think this is going to be a really great book. I'll read you a beginning bit, which is a quote from Eli Wiesel, and it says, "Never shall I forget that night, the first night in camp, which turned my life into long night, 7 times cursed and 7 times sealed. Never can I forget those flames that consumed my faith forever. Never shall I forget that nocturnal silence which deprived me, for all eternity, of the desire to live." I really think it's going to be an incredible book, an amazing book. So as I said, this is fiction, but the author himself was a Holocaust survivor, so he's obviously going to have some of his own experiences in there as well, I would imagine. I haven't read anything from this author before, but I've only heard amazing things from people who have read books from him, so I'm very excited to read that. So let me know if you are gonna read along with that book for me. I think it's going to be a real life-changing book. I really do. And in that collection I read another book which is called Are You Experienced, which is about a boy who goes to India, and he's English, and it's about all the things English people do when they go to India. So they, you know, drink the water when they're told don't drink this water because you'll get ill from it. They do all these different things, and then they come home and they just remember those kind of experiences. And it also talks about how British Raj affected India, and how people have this thing, it's called poverty tourism, and it's when English people or American people go to countries which are less off than their own just to kind of gawk. That's the whole idea, is they take pictures of people who are living in poverty and they backpack around these countries, but they don't do anything to help the country. They just are like, this has been an eye-opening experience, and that's why the book's called Are You Experienced? But they're not doing anything, and the book is saying, is that right? Should people do that? And that's it's a really funny book, but it's also, it does have very serious themes within it, and it's a book that you could read for a book club and have so many topics about it to talk about. It's a great book if you haven't read that. So I'm excited to read that as well, because that is another book that Penguin thought was going to be a future classic as well. So I'm going to end this here. I don't have many weekend plans. I need to finish off those 2 books. I am going to put up a video on my Patreon, I think, if I have time. And then I'm going to start this book, This Twilight, by Eli Wiesel. So I'm excited to read this. Let me know if you're reading along. Let me know what you are currently reading or weekend plans. I'm going to put up pictures of all the book club books. So if you would like me to read out your review at any point, then on my Instagram, I'll have a picture of like Bridget Jones' Diary, and then you can leave your spoiler-free review down below of what your just thoughts and feelings were on the book. And then when I review Bridget Jones' Diary, I'll read out your comment as well. You can also, if you use the hashtag #TayBookClub on Instagram and put up a picture of your own book, then when I'm doing my review, I'll show you your different editions of that book as well. I know I've got quite a few new subscribers since I last did a book club video, so that's why I just thought I'd like to tell you again, because some people are like, how do I get involved? You just read along with the book club. So I hope we are all gonna read along with Twilight. Let me know, and I will see you again soon for another video.